breaking down all 32 things you missed from Survivor Season 47, Episode 13. We're talking all things Operation Italy having crazy implications, Rachel turning into a challenge beast, Teeny spilling the beans, drinking wine, the amazing idol play from Rachel, and much more. As always, careful for any spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet, and make sure to stick around as we announce last week's puzzle giveaway winner. If you want to enter next week's giveaway, the final episode's giveaway, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below how you think you would do on Survivor. Let's get started with number 32, Finale Part 1. Make no mistake about it, Survivor 47 has peaked. And I think that's a big part about why they made this a two-part finale. This episode was that good. So many storylines with the underdogs coming together in the build-up from last week's episode, and we should almost view next week as a bonus 2-hour epilogue to the season, as Jeff Probst gets us so hyped up for this finale.
Starting with Andy, got off to one of the worst starts in the history of Survivor, but instead of giving in, he dug in and he found his footing, and he's still here. Sam, he had power early in the game, but since the merge, he's been on the bottom and has had to play scrappy every day just to stay alive. Genevieve, she is social, she's strategic, and she is cutthroat. And everybody knows it, and that's why she has a very big target on her back. Sue, she's got an idol, nobody knows about it, but her real strength in the game has come from loyalty. And with the Caroline vote out, she lost her last ally. And for the first time this season, Sue is alone in the game. Teeny, she's been very open. She's an emotional player. It's worked for her, it's worked against her, but what has kept her in the game are her social skills. Finally, Rachel. She's already won 2 individual immunity challenges. She has a block of vote and an idol that nobody knows about. That is a lot of power with only 6 players left in the game. And she's going to need it because right now, Rachel is the biggest threat in the game.
Number 31, previously on Survivor. I said it once and I'll say it again. Last episode with Operation Italy was one of the best episodes in Survivor history. And I'm not just saying it to say it. This episode was just as good. With Caroline being voted out, we are down to 6 as the players. Number 30, return to camp. Unfortunately, Sue is going to be making the final 3 and most likely a 0 vote finalist. I know she has an idol, but we all know how that turns out. More importantly, we need to turn to Andy, Sam, and Genevieve as they pulled off one of the best moves of all time. For how Jeff Probst has been talking about Survivor Season 50, Andy is probably a lock for that all-star season. Number 29, the power players. Well, not really the power players anymore. We are of course speaking of Teeny, Sue, and Rachel, completely flabbergasted with Operation Italy. It really highlights how the great players separate themselves from just the good or average players on Survivor. As Teeny is emotional, Sue is pissed off, but Rachel is staying calm. But speaking of Teeny, we have number 28, Teeny emotional. Lesson to future Survivor players, I've been talking about this all season long, but if a tribal council doesn't go your way, I wouldn't do this. As Teeny is stressed and going up to everyone with the plan not going her way. The most hilarious part about this is at the final 6, you need 4 people to form a majority, and Sam, Andy, and Genevieve play it off perfectly to Teeny.
What my way to the end is anymore. I don't trust anybody anymore. And with 6 people left, there's really nowhere to hide.
Number 27, Rachel the Ninja. We all know Survivor is a real show. It's not fake, but sometimes we tend to forget they're living and sleeping in the jungle. As Rachel goes full Tony Nachos mode with a spy shack, spying on everyone. And she hears everything. Although this was so cool to see Rachel playing this way, with this and stuff later in the episode, I'm fully convinced Rachel is going to win. And I'm also convinced that you should go check out Idle Plays. Number 26, Survivor Games. Seriously, thank you so much for all the love all season. I've been grinding non-stop behind the scenes, trying to keep up with all your support and all your orders. So to say thank you to all of you, I'm going to be keeping the store open for one more week and closing it next Wednesday at 9 p.m. If you're interested in any of the replica puzzles and games, this is your last chance. Make sure to use the code FINALEFREE to get free shipping on all orders over $50. So if you're interested in checking out Idle Plays and supporting me and the channel, please consider going to idleplays.com and checking out the puzzles. And remember, the first 5 people to use the code FINALEFREE get free shipping on all orders over $50 in Canada and the United States. It's the final week of the Survivor 47 Idle Plays drop. Before I close the store, seriously, thank you all for all the support and helping me do what I do. Number 25, Sue struggling. Much like Owen or Jake within the new era, some players have no leg to stand on during the finale. The endgame of Survivor 47 is making Sue go a little bit crazy here. With Rachel catching Sue looking for the idol, she tells Sue about her idol. This might be a hot take, but with Sue now having all this information, she really should have been targeting Rachel, leading into number 24, Tree Mail. We get the title of the episode with Bob and Weave. Building the anticipation of the finale, Rachel gives us this confessional.
If I win today, I think I can get to the end of this game.
Number 23, Bring in the Boat. Let's play it again. I feel like Jeff is trying to force a new catchphrase onto us.
Bring in the boat!
With the players in the water, moving a buoy through obstacles and solving a Survivor logo puzzle, as they're also playing for reward in the form of steak at the sanctuary. The producers are really building up the whole Rachel versus Genevieve moment in this finale episode, and I hope you're paying attention to this.
Race to solve a Survivor logo puzzle.
I don't like these kinds of puzzles. I do. I know you do, Rachel.
Number 22, the first challenge. Jeff Probst says it best.
That's how you do it.
Challenges like this are fun to watch jumping through the water, but it will always come down to the puzzle. With a classic Survivor showdown between Genevieve and Rachel, leading into Genevieve winning the challenge and choosing Teeny and Sue to go on reward with her.
And it's over! Genevieve wins! Individual immunity! Guaranteed a spot in the final 5!
Number 21, the reward. With some behind the scenes information, we know that Sam was basically dying on this day, or else he probably goes on reward. But I do think picking Sue and Teeny was the right call for Genevieve, as Sam and Andy are on her side and it weakens Rachel. However, I don't care who you are, this was aggressive.
Rachel's the biggest target to everyone, and I don't want to push too aggressively at this point. I'm voting for Rachel.
Number 20, strategy on reward. My mind was blown. That was so blunt. I get that Genevieve's idol was fake, so it doesn't really matter, but it was crazy to see Teeny openly talking about it after too much wine. Anyways, let's throw in another explosion with another hot take that I think we are in store for a very dominant finale, with both Sue and Teeny being potential 0 vote finalists.
When you didn't play that idol,
I have a secret idol then.
the hypothetical idol.
Number 19, giving away secrets. Just like how Teeny couldn't keep a secret on reward, I need to say it's no secret. I want you to click the subscribe button. If you aren't subscribed yet and you've been watching these episode recaps all season long, what are you doing? Please subscribe to help support me and the channel. And if you didn't know this, as a bonus, once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll be making a dedicated video interviewing Russell Hantz. Number 18, the losers. Remember what I said earlier in the video? Well, I take it back. Rachel played it off cool after tribal council didn't go her way, but was so pissed off after losing this challenge. As we end up getting a little bit of a throwback to the early parts of the season with the pre-merge, as the yellow tribe of Sam, Andy, and Rachel are hanging out leading into number 17, peace out yellow. Don't get me wrong, I really think the best move in the game for everyone is to get Rachel out, especially since she lost the challenge. But come on, Sam, you never tell the person you're voting out that you're voting them out. 100% guaranteed that Rachel will be having the last laugh as she has the blocked vote advantage and the hidden immunity idol. Number 16, Rachel and Andy. Sure, we have the strategy of Rachel trying to get Andy to vote with her so that she can save her advantages. But what made this scene so good and really good television is the social implications of it.
Like, I love you guys. We will hang out after this. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at myself.
Number 15, the plans. This final 6 vote is really a pivotal point in the game. So let's pull out the trusty notepad with the obvious plan being Rachel, but we need to remember she has an idol. Rachel admits she'll use her advantage. So at first the plan is to vote out Sam, but the plan shifts to Andy when he shoots himself in the foot.
I started seeing him as more of a threat than I was giving him credit for.
I'm thinking about the important relationships I take from this game, and you're absolutely at the top.
Number 14, the first tribal. Ultimately, it comes down to having too much jury management from Andy with Rachel. Andy's been so big brain lately and it's finally biting him back. With slowing down tribal council, I really think the jury would have never voted for Andy because they didn't respect him. The build up to Rachel's funeral was great TV as she knew she was safe the entire time.
If anybody has an advantage or an idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
You know, Jeff?
Number 13, Andy voted out. And I think everyone in the Survivor community can agree that he will be back in a future season of Survivor. Number 12, return to camp. Here comes the final 5, and it's Rachel's game to lose. And I'm not gonna lie, at this point in the game, I had so many questions. Will Rachel have an easy final episode? How does Genevieve go home when everyone thinks she has an idol? The producers fully knew how good this episode was going to be, and they wanted us to enjoy it. Number 11, Rachel versus Genevieve. This is truly the last great battle, the last showdown of Survivor 47, the battle of the corporate woman of Rachel versus Genevieve. I have a feeling Jeff Probst loved this so much, and it was a big part of the casting process for Survivor 48.
We'll be going head to head, but I'm happy to have somebody that I feel like I really genuinely respect to like showdown with in this game.
Number 10, going through bags. It's the age-old Survivor debate if it's okay to go through other people's bags. It's chaos out there as Rachel's going idol hunting, Genevieve has a fake idol, and Sue has a real idol. So let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on players looking through other people's bags on Survivor. Number 9, the underdogs. What I love so much about Survivor 47 of the perception of who is the underdog has been shifting every single moment. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Teeny or Sue can win, but I do think Sam has an outside chance of winning the game. Number 8, challenge time. For whatever reason, Jeff is obsessed with this season being all about community. And the old guy says it best that this challenge is so critical as it's the last real vote off of the season. It's a Survivor classic with a twist as the players race to a beam and stack balls on stands. Number 7, the second challenge. Round of applause to the Survivor producers adding some complexity to a classic Survivor challenge. And you gotta love when intense moments turn silly with montages of all the players falling over, but somehow Rachel was able to clutch it up as Genevieve's game comes crashing down.
And she does, it's over! Rachel has won her 3rd individual immunity.
Number 6, after the challenge. If Rachel didn't have the game in her hands before, she 100% does now. After this moment, I was convinced that next episode will basically be a victory lap for Rachel leading into number 5, Sam's move. What? This was insane. This episode keeps on delivering and it was perfect. Everyone thinks Genevieve has the idol and the target is between her and Sam. So obviously the votes are going to be on Sam. But then Sam pulls off a Hail Mary and sacrifices his closest ally in telling Teeny the idol is fake.
Genevieve's idol is fake.
Seriously?
I made it with her
Seriously.
at the final 7.
Number 4, Teeny in rough shape. This was a really rough flashback to watch with Teeny. Genevieve has been wreaking chaos on the Red Tribe with getting out Teeny's allies with Kashawn, Saul, and later on Caroline. As Teeny has this great tweet about a future Survivor YouTube video, or maybe a future Russell Muscle TV video. As Teeny tells Sue and Rachel Genevieve's idol is fake, but they don't believe it. Number 3, Teeny confronts Genevieve. Teeny is officially overthinking way too much and doesn't believe Genevieve when she says the idol is fake. Honestly, I don't even know what to believe anymore. These past couple of episodes have been amazing. And this is the perfect example of what lack of sleep and playing Survivor does to you. Number 2, Tribal Council. Teeny fully lays out Operation Italy to everyone, the jury, Jeff Probst at Tribal Council. And Rachel, Teeny, and Sue go full conspiracy theorists trying to figure out what is really going on. We also have one of the most anticlimactic idol plays in Survivor history, but we won't talk about it.
If anybody has an advantage or an idol and you want to play it, tonight is the last night you can do so.
This immunity idol that I would like to play tonight.
Number 1, Genevieve voted out. For being purpled for the first couple of episodes, it was so awesome to see Genevieve play Survivor. Anyways, congratulations Lex, you're this week's puzzle giveaway winner. I'll announce a new winner next week and click right here to take advantage of the final week of my replica Survivor puzzles before I close the store down.